In the last decade and a half, it's become infinitely easier to obtain exactly what you're looking for by way of a couple keystrokes. The internet has made it way too simple to use a computer to change reality. An abundance of information is merely a search engine away, to the point where it's hard to imagine life is any different. Yet a generation ago, when word streaming and torrent were meaningless saves for conversation about water, people met face to face to conduct software swap parties, trading games and applications on Sharpie-labeled 5 1/4-inch floppies. Of course, most of the time, the meets were way more frugal. Community-minded individuals traded popular games like King's Quest and Manic Mansion amongst themselves. However, a few early programming talents designed their own computer games to share among a circle of acquaintances, who in turn would pass it on, and if fun and well-designed enough, an independently developed game had its place among the collection of aficionados across the world. Think of it as an 80s equivalent to a viral video. Pale Luna, on the other hand, was never circulated outside of San Francisco Bay Area. All known copies have been long disposed of. All computers that have ever run the game now just buried under layers of filth and polystyrene. This fact is attributed to the number of rather abstruse design choices made by its programmer. Pale Luna was a text adventure game in the vein of Zork and the Lurking Horror, at the time when said genre was swiftly going out of fashion. Upon booting the program, the player was presented with a screen almost completely blank, except for the text. You are in a dark room. Moonlight shines through the window. There is gold in the corner, along with shovel and a rope. There is a door to the east. Command? So began the game that the writer of a long out-of-print fanzine described as enigmatic and nonsensical and completely unplayable, as the only commands that the game would accept were pick up gold, pick up shovel, pick up rope, open door, and go east. The player was soon presented with the following. Reap your reward. Pale Luna smiles at you. You're in the forest. There are paths to the north, west, and east. Command? What quickly infuriated the few who played the game was the confusing and buggy nature of the second screen onward. Only one of the directions decisions would be the correct one. For example, on this occasion, a command to go in the direction other than north would lead to the system freezing, require the operator to hard reboot the entire computer. Further, any subsequent screens seemed to merely repeat the text above, with the difference being only the directions available. Worse still, the standard text adventure commands appeared to be useless. The only accepted non-movement related prompts were to use gold, which caused the game to display the message, not here, use shovel, which brought up, not now, and use rope, which prompted the text, you already used this. Most who played the game progressed a couple of screens into it, become fed up and having to constantly reboot and tossing the disc in disgust, writing off the experience as a shoddily programmed farce. However, there's one thing in the world of computers that remains true. No matter the era, some people who use them have way too much time on their hands. A young man by the name of Michael Evans decided to see if there were more to Pale Luna than what met the eye. 5 hours and 33 screens worth of trial and error and unplugging computer cords later, he finally managed to make the game display a different text. The text in the new area read, Pale Luna smiles wide. There are no paths. Pale Luna smiles wide. The ground is soft. Pale Luna smiles wide. Here? Command? It was another hour still before Nevin stumbled upon a proper combination of phrases to make the game progress any further. Dig hole, drop gold, then fill gold, then fill hole. This caused the screen to display. Congratulations, 40.24248, negative 121.4434. Upon which the game ceased to accept commands, requiring the user to reboot one last time. Upon some deliberation, Nevins found the conclusion that the numbers referred to lines of latitude and longitude. The coordinates led to the point in the sprawling forest that dominated the area nearby the Lassen Volcanic Park. As he possessed much more free time than sense, Nevins vowed to see Pale Luna through to its end. The next day, armed with a map, a compass, and a shovel, he navigated the park trails, noting with amusement of how each turn he made corresponded roughly to those he took in-game. Though he initially regretted bringing the cumbersome digging tool on a mere hunch, the paths similarly all but confirmed his suspicions that his journey would end him face to face with the Descendants' buried treasure. Out of breath after a tricky struggle to the coordinates, he was presented surprisingly with a literal stumble upon a patch of uneven dirt. Shoveling as excited as he was, it would be an understatement to say that he was taken aback when his heavy strokes unearthed the badly decomposing head of a blonde-haired little girl. Nevis promptly reported the situation to the authorities. The girl was identified as Karen Paulson, 11, reported as missing to the San Diego Police Department a year and a half prior. Efforts were made to track down the programmer of Pale Luna, but nearly anonymous legal gray area in which the software swapping community operated inescapably led to dead ends. Collectors have been known to offer upward of 6 figures for an authentic copy of the game. The rest of Karen's body was never found.